Coming up next on This Week in Torrance, a small wake-up call in Southern California.
And how the riots in Baltimore are affecting the way local police operate in Los Angeles County.
Then the governor unleashes even stricter penalties for water wasters.
Plus, 2 local students receive a prestigious award. We'll tell you who they are.
These stories and much more just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chin.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks for joining us. Here are your top stories. A small reminder that we live in an earthquake-prone region. Some Southern California residents awakened to a small earthquake that hit recently with a 3.4 magnitude. The epicenter was located 2 miles east of Carson and was felt in nearby cities, including here in Torrance, Inglewood, Lakewood, downtown Los Angeles, and Whittier. There were no reports of injuries, and if you are caught in an earthquake, here are some quick tips from the Office of Disaster Preparedness. If you are inside, stay inside. Go under a table and away from falling objects until the all clear signal is given. If you are driving, move the car out of traffic and stop. Stay in an open area, clear of buildings or power lines, and don't forget to sign up for Torrance Alerts for emergency-related updates. For more information, visit torranceca.gov/disaster preparedness.
And across the globe, people are responding to the tragic event in Nepal by helping out. Following the 7.8 magnitude earthquake that hit the South Asian country of Nepal, disaster action rescue teams from around the world have arrived on site to aid with relief, including a local fire team from Southern California. The team recently saved an 18-year-old man out of the earthquake rubble. Los Angeles County firefighters, along with a team from Virginia, worked for hours to dig through the wreckage and save the teenager's life. The death toll has climbed to more than 5,000, with that number expected to rise as search and rescue units spread to rural regions. Nepal Red Cross has also provided food relief kits, temporary shelter, and personal hygiene items, but they say more is needed. Tech companies have also risen to the cause, installing programs like Google's Person Finder page, where you can look for information regarding a person's location or submit information. Microsoft is offering free Skype service in the region, and Facebook has installed a safety check feature that asks if you're safe depending on your profile or smartphone location. People can then respond to let loved ones know when they are safe. The American Red Cross is currently accepting donations. To contribute, you can visit redcross.org and select Nepal earthquake relief or call 800-RED-CROSS.
Governor Jerry Brown is cracking down on water wasters with some even harsher penalties. Now wasting water could earn you fines of up to $10,000 as new legislation was announced by the governor. This fee is up from $500 under the previous measure proposed by Brown. The new legislation would allow local governments to issue the fines. As the drought heads into its 4th year, the governor has faced pressure to speed up construction of water projects. This is the latest in Governor Brown's series of actions to reach the 25% statewide water reduction by next year.
Torrance is stepping up to the plate as the first South Bay city to propose stricter water restrictions in light of Governor Brown's call for statewide mandatory water reductions. Torrance CitiCABLE 3's reporter Hiba Samad has more.
This one's dying now. That one's dying.
Longtime resident Marlise Oda has been cutting back water for some time, leading many of her blooms and trees to get weak.
I don't have much water coming in.
And it's all because of the drought that just doesn't seem to end. In early April, Governor Brown declared emergency and asked Californians to cut back water usage by 25%.
Our snowpack is at historic levels, low levels in the Sierra Nevada mountains.
Chuck Scheich says it's important to educate the public to take action, and that's why Torrance is looking to move from level 1 water restrictions to level 2.
We want to be proactive, basically, and I think that it's really a problem that affects all of us.
Level 2 water requirements will reduce water use by 15 to 30%, only allowing residents to water their lawns between 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and limiting it to just 2 days per week, 10 minutes per area.
We ask our customers to bear with us and to make these sacrifices in the short term.
Going to level 2 is really not an enforcement aspect. Although there is an enforcement portion of it, we're trying to do it as an awareness. Let people know there is a crisis.
Mayor Fury says citizens in Torrance are already ahead.
We have less of a level to get to than some cities, some surrounding cities, and that's because of what we've done historically in the past.
With some lawns getting browner, locals like Ralph Gonzalez says he already uses less water.
No sprinklers. We water about once a week or maybe every other week.
Gonzalez says he's a little bit worried about the water cuts, but says it's worth it.
I can still cut down in certain areas, you know. Don't let the water run in the kitchen when you're washing dishes.
And even though ODA isn't for more water requirements, she knows it has to be done.
I think it's positive, yes.
We'll all get through this in a very good manner. You know, what we conserve today, we actually preserve for tomorrow.
For CitiCABLE 3, I'm Hiba Samad.
Thanks, Hiba. The level 2 water requirements will go to the council for approval.
You won't be seeing any Los Angeles police officers riding alone following the incidents in Baltimore. Following a 6-person arrest at the South LA protest that turned violent recently, LAPD has officially been placed on blue alert. This requires all officers to ride in pairs while in patrol cars. While most officers already ride in pairs, the blue alert now requires every officer to do so. This decision comes after news from Baltimore police of a credible threat that gangs plan to team up and threaten law enforcement. The protest started in reaction to the recent death of a Baltimore man who was in police custody.
A hot topic continues to create a divide between Supreme Court. 9 justices listened to both sides of the gay marriage argument as opponents and supporters stated their case. The split between the liberals and conservatives deepened as they disagreed on basic definitions. The decision will determine whether the Constitution gives same-sex couples the right to marry or if states should continue to define that privilege on an individual basis. There are currently 36 states that allow same-sex marriage, accounting for over 70% of the country. Here in Torrance, we spoke with one resident who had a strong opinion.
I support gay marriage, kind of just a personal experience. My sister is a gay, and that was probably the biggest mistake in my life was when she had a commitment ceremony 15 years ago, and I chose not to go to it. And I see her as a better person than I knew her 16 years ago, and I think that they should have all the benefits that I have.
The 9 justices are expected to deliver a ruling by June.
What is a fair minimum wage in the state of California? Well, according to SEIU, United Healthcare Workers West, the magic number is $15 by the year 2021. The group headed the Fair Wage Act of 2016 in hopes to tackle an ongoing issue within the state of California. If the proposed ballot measure passes, the California minimum wage could reach $15 by 2021. The increase would happen incrementally, $1 a year, with the current minimum wage at $9 an hour. And the initiative also calls for an automatic increase in wage during inflation. Business groups are expected to fight back, arguing that wage increases have a negative impact on job growth and business. Now, if enough signatures are collected, the measure will appear on the November 2016 ballot.
Now imagine being told school is closed for good. Well, that's exactly what happened to more than 16,000 students throughout the country. Corinthian College is a Santa Ana-based for-profit chain of schools announced recently that they have officially closed their remaining 28 campuses. This announcement came just 2 weeks after the U.S. Department of Education announced a $30 million fine for misrepresentation. Now, according to the report, Corinthian misrepresented post-graduation job placement statistics, and officials failed to respond. Corinthian colleges operated more than 100 campuses across the U.S. and Canada, including Everest College in San Bernardino, as well as campuses in Torrance, Gardena, and Long Beach. Many of the students were just weeks away from graduation with over tens of thousands of dollars in debt. Whether or not the students' units will transfer is yet to be decided. The California Community College's Chancellor's Office announced Monday that it would work to provide resources for former Corinthian students. You can read the full press release from Corinthian Colleges at cci.edu/update.
Nearby residents won't be waking up to the smell of Farmer Brothers coffee anymore. The Torrance-based company announced they've chosen North Lake, Denton County, Texas, as the site of their new headquarters. Incentives included a 60% reduction in property tax bill, which is expected to save the company between $12 to $15 million in savings annually. Farmer Brothers started in 1912 as a door-to-door sales business and is one of the oldest publicly traded firms in Los Angeles County.
It's been 100 years since the iconic American organization established its Los Angeles County branch, but it's still a good time to be a Boy Scout. City Council members honored Boy Scouts of America at the latest council meeting. The troops were thanked for their service to the community in making the city of Torrance a better place to live. The Los Angeles Area Council of Boy Scouts of America was established in 1915 to provide youth with opportunities for outdoor activities as well as leadership experience.
And another group of successful students were recognized at the meeting. Girls and boys basketball teams from Torrance area schools received a round of applause for winning their division championships. Awardees included the girls team at Nativity School, West High School's girls varsity team, South High School's girls varsity team, and Bishop Montgomery's high school boys team. Athletes celebrated their win posing for the camera with Mayor Patrick Fury and received a certificate. Still ahead, how the city came together to Relay for Life.
And residents experience a unique taste of Japanese culture.
Why is it important to you to save water?
Because we're not the only ones using the water.
Conserving water is number one for me. Water is the source of our life, our earth, everything.
Human beings need water to function, plants need water to function, everything needs water. Water makes the world go around.
Saving water doesn't just save you money on your family's water bill, it also helps protect the environment and ensures there will be enough to go around.
Ah, now this is the life. Uh-oh, I'm getting a sunburn. I think it's time for a dip.
Okay, Splash, see you later. And don't forget your pants next time.
California American Water. We care about water.
It's what we do.
South Bay City leaders reflected on the past and looked forward into the future at the annual Lunch with Our Leader at the Doubletree Hilton in Torrance. LA County Supervisor Don Knabe from the 4th District continued his tradition as the speaker of his annual State of the County speech. He tackled tough topics over the years, working hard to make child sex trafficking a national issue and help people realize it's happening right in their backyards. He says even though a lot has been accomplished, there is still much to do.
When it comes to libraries, clinics, community centers, to make sure that the people really get the services they deserve or upgrades to existing. And so I'm going to work till the end. I mean, I don't see any downhill slide here. It's all uphill and finishing what we started.
These are just good events for people in the public to understand what's going on in the community, to keep in touch with the issues that are important.
Knabe was first elected to the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors in November 1996 and is finishing up his final term as supervisor.
Torrance and South Bay cities gathered together to fight one of the biggest challenges of our generation.
Today, we honor those survivors here in the purple t-shirts, remember those who have lost cancer, and do everything we can as a community to fight back and bring us closer to finding cures for this disease.
Since the Relay for Life event last year, great strides have been made to fight cancer, and the American Cancer Society is the largest private nonprofit funder of that research. Not only does ACS fund effective treatment research, but it also provides a support system for those currently fighting cancer. They provide resources such as support groups and even funds for wigs. These life-saving services are all provided free of cost for those battling the disease. For the 30th year in a row, community members have gathered to honor cancer victims and celebrate those who have beaten the battle at the Relay for Life event. State Assemblyman David Hadley thanked the community for carrying on this tradition and joining to fight one of the most important issues affecting our families and neighborhoods. Mayor Patrick Fury also attended to give some motivational words.
We are close to beating this disease, and someday we're going to come back here because of the efforts of all of you, because of the efforts of this committee, and we're going to celebrate that there is no more cancer. Let's do it, guys.
So far, Relay for Life Torrance has raised more than $100,000. For more information on the event or to donate to the cause, visit relay.acsevents.org and select Torrance.
Healthy kids make for happy parents, and to help celebrate, the local YMCA hosted a Healthy Kids Day event. Kids climbed their way to a healthier lifestyle while parents had a chance to relax with some well-deserved massages. Hosted by the Torrance South Bay YMCA, the Healthy Kids Day was a free community event full of raffle prizes, arts and crafts, and safety activities. The day was aimed at teaching kids and parents how to jumpstart into a healthier lifestyle. The gym, as well as a rock climbing wall, was open to encourage kids to be excited about physical exercise, and counselors were stationed all throughout to give kids some tips on healthy eating. And the best part about the event, all the free prizes. For more information on upcoming events hosted by the YMCA, including a Mother's Day event luncheon, visit ymcala.org/Torrance-South-Bay and click on upcoming events.
Attendees experienced a special taste of Japanese culture at a local event. The crowd stared in awe as the Japanese candy artist melted together dragon and hummingbird-shaped candy. Amizaku is the traditional Japanese art of candy sculpture, first melting together multicolored toffee and sculpting it into various shapes. Other exhibits included fan decorating calligraphy and bonsai tree displays, as well as performances of traditional Japanese dance and karate. The event was hosted by the Torrance Sister City Association, the organization that works to foster a relationship between Torrance and other sister city of Japan, of Kashiwa, Japan. Proceeds from the event benefit TSCA's Student Cultural Exchange Program, which will send 9 students from Torrance to Kashiwa for 3 weeks this summer. TSCA will also host Kashiwa students and an adult leader during the summer. The 2-day event was filled with fun festivities for all ages. For more information on TSCA or for upcoming events, visit TorranceSisterCity.org.
Locals rocked to the music of the Beatles in a new way at the Torrance Cultural Arts Center. It was a packed room with a lot of excitement. The Yesterday and Today interactive Beatles Experience concert made a stop into town. The show is a one-of-a-kind event where attendees get to request and choose the Beatles songs they want the band to play. Billy McGugan and his brothers interacted with the audience and took people down memory lane with stunning set designs. A total of 350 fans came out to enjoy the show.
And still ahead, why some students in a California school are standing during class hours.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
Used to call me the buttered biscuit. Back then, I was a sex expert. I know about birth control, too.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
Have you had sex in this car yet?
Technical education for students was high on the list of priorities at a recent TUSD board meeting. In a unanimous vote, the Torrance School Board approved funds providing career and technical education for students. The funds would go toward the Southern California Regional Occupational Center for the 2015 through 16 fiscal year. If the Torrance Unified School District did not agree to contribute its part, Torrance students would no longer be allowed to participate in SoCal Rock programs. Programs are focused on teaching technical skills that ready students for a career in fields like healthcare and finance. For more information, you can visit scroc.com.
2 North High School students in Torrance were recognized for their outstanding achievements recently. Jacqueline Tyra and Hassan Zaman were awarded the prestigious Gates Millennium Scholarship, an award given to students who have demonstrated exceptional academic achievements as well as success outside of school and leadership skills. 1,000 students are selected out of over 50,000 applicants who apply each year. The scholarship helps to provide resources for minority students, allowing them to pursue educational goals beyond high school. Both students have plans to attend USC in the fall.
Students at a school in California are standing through their classes. Taking away seat privileges used to be a common punishment for students, but at Vallecito Elementary School in San Rafael, students are happily giving up their seats. Teachers at the school are surprised at how useful the change has been. Benefits include helping students with alertness and health. Parents who were worried about their children not being physically active enough donated money to install the new standing desk. Students say they like the change once they got used to the soreness. Torrance Unified School District does not have any schools that currently use standing desk, and there are no plans to make the change in the near future.
Well, what better way to get students excited about school than a brand new makeover? After 3 years of hard work, Riviera Elementary School proudly showcased their new renovated campus. Teachers, parents, and Torrance community members came together to celebrate the completion of some major construction. This included new classrooms, windows, and walkways, to name a few, all made possible by measures YZT. As PTA president for Riviera, Andy Labuser, couldn't be more excited for all the new changes that are happening.
It's really great. We have new windows and we have new walkways that are much safer.
So many activities happen at the schools, and I remember coming here for weeknight after weeknight after weeknight for all the different events. And that makes one of the things that's really, really special about our city is that there's so much parent involvement, and I think that that's a tribute to the success of our schools.
Riviera is a very tight community anyway, but I think the whole process of going through this construction has made us even closer because we've had to work together to overcome things like the beginning of school. As Mrs. Forche said tonight, we only had 2 days to get ready for the school year, so all the families came and we all did it together.
For more information on the event, you can visit the school's website at riviera.tusd.org.
A popular national food chain is pioneering efforts to eliminate genetically modified foods. Chipotle Mexican Grill, a major national fast food restaurant chain, announced that it is moving towards serving foods free of genetically engineered ingredients. In 2013, Chipotle was the first restaurant chain to label which items on their menu contain genetically modified organisms. With the recent rise in popularity of healthy eating, this is a huge step for the fast food chain industry, putting the pressure on other chains to follow suit. However, removing all genetically altered ingredients from a restaurant's menu isn't as easy as it sounds. Chipotle recently had a shortage in carnitas when they identified that one of its pork suppliers failed to meet standards for raising pigs. Genetically modified ingredients can be incorporated in baking powder, cornmeal, and even sugar. The new initiative by Chipotle doesn't mean the restaurant will be completely free of GMOs. For instance, some of the soft drinks are likely to contain sweeteners made from GMO corn and animals that may have been fed GMO grains. Still ahead, some upcoming events you won't want to miss. We'll be back in just 60 seconds.
So you see, son, good manners are important. Should I go through it again?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, excuse me, sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If the door's locked, knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't stare, don't use bad language or talk with your mouth full. Keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. Cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give your seat up to anybody who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you want to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
Good talk.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
The Daily Breeze of the South Bay is hosting their annual Successful Aging Expo, an event aimed at people ages 40 to 100, taking place at the Torrance Marriott on May 9th. The event will host more than 50 booths with information and resources. For more information, visit successfulaging.com/dailybreeze. And the official Bike Commute Week for the City of Torrance is coming up from May 11th through the 15th. Instead of hopping in your car, commuters are encouraged to help reduce traffic, improve air quality, and increase health by riding their bicycle to work. The official Bike to Work Day in Torrance will be Thursday, May 14th. Now let's go out to Colin Kushner to see what's new on the Sports Desk.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for cruising by the Sports Desk studio. Hit me up on Twitter, that's at Colin Kushner, with any pics, video, or anything sports related here in the South Bay. What you send will make the show. Just giving you a little peek at what we've got to look forward to on the show this week. The North and Torrance softball rivalry heats up in their third meeting of the season. We'll tell you what makes this head-to-head matchup so special. Plus, we'll get you the sauciest plays for the month of April and my usual weekly rant. That's 4 and 9:30 p.m. right here on CitiCABLE. Boom sauce! We'll see you then.
Thanks, Colin. And don't forget, you still have one last chance to vote and help Torrance bring home the big win. The Mayor's Water Challenge through the Weiland Foundation ends Thursday, April 30th at midnight. So be sure to log on and register your vote. You can do it right on your phone, or you can do it online on your desktop. And all you have to do is enter your city, answer a few questions, and take a pledge to help conserve water. Go to mywaterpledge.com.
Well, that does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain. If you've missed any portion of our show, you can catch us again at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m.
And I'm Jin Chin. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.